What is going on, everybody? It's Monday, September 17th, 10:30 a.m. Pre-market, a lot of stuff was popping up on the gap scanner. A lot of stuff was going on this morning. And then as soon as the market opened, it's like everything dropped. And then a lot of stuff that just lost volume. And then there's a couple things that's just been slowly grinding. One of them is AWSM. This is slowly starting to work its way up here. Just like this. And then also what keeps hanging around is NLST, but it's at this resistance level of 50 cents. But anything can happen. It keeps coming down to 46 and going right back up to 50. So I've been keeping my eye on NLST and AWSM. NIO has taken another dump. AGRX, nothing on that. RRTS started to pop up a little bit from Friday. It was one of the biggest spikes. And then today it had a nice little pop and it's just going sideways. CLRB, it gapped up and fell down. MYND, gapped up with news, and as you can see, it fell down. QTT, a new IPO, had a good run Friday, went sideways after hours and pre-market and opened today and just dropped off. NEPT has news, as you can see, gapped up, fell right down. QTM, very choppy right here, gapping up, going sideways. It's got no volume. No one's paying any attention to this. It's got 500,000 in volume today. And you don't want to get in on something, it being up from the open 50 cents with 500,000 in volume, and have it just drop out of nowhere with one big seller 50 cents on you. AWSM has had my attention so far today, and like I said, NLST. NLST just won't die.
INSG.
I keep seeing a bunch of huge sellers here on the ticker tape, but it just won't die. It just keeps coming down to 46 and coming right back up to 50 cents. Somebody's holding this up. And then AWSM had a big rip today at the open from 570 up to a high of 740. Comes all the way back down to 630. Now it's starting to crack. Look at that. Watch everybody start to panic and sell because it broke this pattern. Or it might be a fake out. This one's a very weird one. But I want to keep my eye also on NLST in case that decides to break 50 cents.
Go.
The futures, like I said, were down this morning, and the SPY is still taking a hit. It's just trending down.
MCF.
Remember when I said these trend lines kind of don't think they're like metal to where they're unpunctuable? They should have a little bend to them. That's what just happened right here. But a lot of times though, if you're in on something and it breaks the trend line, you gotta get out. You got to. Because if it breaks the trend line, a lot of times I've seen it, either surge up or it'll surge down. But sometimes also you'll get a fake out. And that looks like what could be happening here. It might look like this is starting to trap a lot of shorts. It fake broke out there, shorts start piling in on it, and it comes right back into the pattern. And then it starts to move up to here, where all the shorts have their stop loss. And if it goes above that, all the shorts are freaking out and covering, and that's what causes a surge. A lot of stuff going on today.
AG.
Real quick, let's go to the market strength real quick.
CVM.
So this is the SPY on the 5-minute right here. As you can see, let's see, 9:30 right here, it opens up.
FTD.
And it just starts trending down. It's still trending down right now, but it looks like it's starting to make its way to the support down here at 290. And you can see here on the daily, it's red right here. And then you come over to the NASDAQ, same thing, another red right here. So I really don't want to take any trades when the overall market is red. And you can see right here on my high and low ticker, 56% of the overall market is making lows. 44% is making highs. So right now things are not in my favor. And I'm telling you, this thing right here is a lifesaver. But yeah, see, AWSM is starting to break out of this pattern here. And it looks like it might not be holding up.
FTD.
Going back to NLST, this is the 3-minute. Let's switch to the 5-minute real quick. 5-minute, you see, back and forth between 49 cents and 46 cents right here. Just back and forth, back and forth. So I want to keep an eye on this just so if it does break out of this 50 cent and see what it does. The last time it broke 50 cents, this thing surged to 75 cents. It did it 2 times. So nothing's going on in the market. Traders want to trade. They could be focusing all their attention on NLST because this is a recent runner and they don't want this to die because traders want to trade and make money. I've seen this happen before with AKER. When the market was pulling back and having a big pullback down into early this year, let's see, down in these areas right here, AKER was really hot. And every time the market pulled back real hard, and nothing was going on in the market, all the traders went to AKER and pumped that up. And then the market rebounded and then pulled back, and then once again they went right back to AKER. See AWSM. Let's go back to the 3-minute. It's starting to break out of that pattern. Anything can happen though. AWSM.
FTD,
Float on is
FTD,
only 2.6 million. And these are the biggest percentage gainers so far today. Right here. NLST, we got JNUG, which is a gold ETF. SNMX, NBEV. NBEV is just going sideways. And then Friday we had MYSZ. That was stuck in this range. Look what happened to this. It was stuck in this range from $1.30 to $1.45. I thought this was going to gap up the next day. And this is why, I don't like to swing stocks. So I made a good call in not getting in on this and swinging it over the weekend. This morning it comes down to support here, and this morning it just had a little pop up to 140 and it couldn't hold, and everybody just tanked it all the way down to $1.12. NIO still doing nothing. This was the play on Thursday. That was really hot. So just waiting and being patient. That's the name of the game. Lately, we've been seeing a lot of stocks really take off the last hour of the day. Nothing's been really going on in the morning. Come a little bit towards the afternoon, that's when a lot of stocks been starting to pick up and take off. So no trades so far today. Just sitting on my hands, being patient. The overall market's red. I don't want to force anything. And as you can see right here, new highs green versus new lows red. 56% of the overall market is red. Pot stocks were all gapping. Everything was gapping up looking good. But the futures were all red. Like I said, all the pot stocks were gapped up in green. There was a lot of low floats on the gap up scanner. But it was like as soon as the market opened, everything just started dropping. And then just continued to drop. And then we had a couple pops from just low float manipulation. And then other than that, nothing. One thing I wanted to point out real quick though, see this is JNUG right here. One thing I wanted to point out, where is it at? AWSM recently had a big drop. No, it was NEWA. NEWA had a huge drop. Let me pull up the daily here. This is a sketchy company. So look at all these big red days here. You see it grinding up, big red day, grinding up, huge red day, sideways, gaps up, sells off. So today, this gaps up from $11.60 up to a high of $15. And then now look at it. It's selling off really hard, all the way down to $10. They released a Form 6K. And if you scroll down in here, they got some. This company's weird. So they're coming out saying revenues Revenues
DFRG,
increased.
DFRG.
Hold on one second. Let me turn this off. So they're saying revenues increased by 267% from 7.20 million to 26.48 million, which results from one, growing demand for the company's product, an increase in both the number of customers and the scale of projects, and three, delivering wastewater treatment service. Cost of goods sold increased by 142% from 5.2 million to 12.8 million due to the 267% revenue growth. The large complex projects which require more highly skilled engineers for installations and more time to complete projects. Gross profits increased by 610% to 13.65 million. Sorry if I'm having a little trouble reading this. I'm trying to keep an eye on my watch list while reading this to see if something just takes off running. These are crazy statistics right here that they're coming out and saying that they have. But when you go and look at their chart is complete garbage. This has got to be a fraud or something. I don't know. But if they're coming out with great news like that, and it's gapping up to 15 and then just tanking all the way down to 10, what's going on? You know, shorts have got to be having a ball with this one. Yep, so right here, AWSM it's breaking out of that pattern. So everybody's going to start dumping it, and watch, it's going to possibly just start coming down and fading off. And then once again, NLST is still hanging in that area. HMNY taking a dump off a lot. This has had huge volume the past few weeks, which I don't really get. This is at tenths of a penny, or it's at 1 penny. Well, again, we got QTM. You know, now it's starting to pull back now. NEPT, all this stuff was up pre-market. Just look at it. So that's why I like to wait a good 15-30 minutes after the market opens, let the market settle down, and let these stocks start to show me which direction they want to go. The overall market's down, and overall all of these stocks that I've had on my watch list are down. So no opportunities. I don't want to force anything, so I'm just going to sit on my hands. And AGRX is going up probably in sympathy with NLST because NLST's up at the moment. But this is what it's all about, guys. Every day, being here to observe market conditions, having patience and discipline, not chasing stuff that just starts spiking out of nowhere, having a strategy and a plan, sticking with your plan, and waiting for opportunities. That's what a lot of it is. You're just waiting for opportunities to set themselves up and present themselves. The market's telling me right now it's not too strong, so I'm not going to force anything. Plus, when we did technical analysis over the weekend, I was pointing out that the SPY is right at the top of its resistance, and it's been looking very toppy. So last week we had a good turn up. This week we could have a pullback down, and it could be a red week. We'll see. So now it's on the 5-minute here, as you can see. It's starting to break below this support here. So very toppy looking up here. And then we had support here at 290. Now it's breaking this support. So you can see right there, markets are red. And the NASDAQ isn't looking good either. It's got a ways to drop all the way down to this 200 moving average here. But alright guys, that's the market recap for this morning. Monday, September 17th. Who knows? Something might pop off here at the end of the day. The market might go on a rally. Alright guys, be patient, be disciplined, and study, and wait for your opportunity. Alright, later.